Before you eat breakfast, the truth about oatmeal, eggs, bacon, and dairy. Dr. William Lee. Before you take your first bite of breakfast today, I want you to stop just for a moment, because what you're about to eat may do more than satisfy your hunger. It may influence your energy, your blood sugar, your insulin response, your heart, and even how you feel for the rest of the day. That's a big claim. But here's something even more surprising. Millions of people wake up every morning believing they're eating a healthy breakfast. Yet by 10 a.m., they're tired, they're hungry again, they're craving more sugar. Why? What went wrong? Was it the oatmeal, the eggs, the bacon, the milk, or was it something else entirely? Here's the warning. The biggest breakfast mistake isn't always the food itself. It's believing that one breakfast is perfect for everyone. Your body is unique. Your metabolism is unique. And the way your body responds to food depends on many factors. Your overall diet, activity level, sleep, health conditions, and even genetics. That's why understanding the science matters. As a doctor, I've spent years studying how food interacts with the human body. Not just calories, not just protein, but what happens after you eat. How nutrients travel through your blood. How your insulin responds. How your cells use energy. How your heart, brain, and muscles benefit from balanced nutrition. Because breakfast isn't just the first meal of the day, it's the first message you send to your body. Imagine your body after a full night's sleep. Your stomach is empty. Your liver has been helping regulate your blood sugar overnight. Your brain still needs glucose to function. Your muscles are ready for movement. Your cells are preparing for another busy day. Now imagine pouring highly sweetened cereal into a bowl, adding sugary flavored milk, drinking a large sweet coffee. What happens next? For many people, blood sugar rises quickly. Then insulin responds. Later, blood sugar may fall, and suddenly, you feel tired, hungry, distracted, looking for another snack. Does this happen to everyone? No, but it happens often enough that researchers continue studying how breakfast quality affects appetite, energy, and metabolic health. Now here's another surprise. Some people skip breakfast completely. Others never miss it. Who's right? The answer isn't as simple as social media makes it sound. Studies suggest that different eating patterns may work well for different people depending on their health goals, lifestyle, and medical conditions. That's why today's video isn't about myths. It's about understanding the evidence. We're going to look closely at 4 breakfast favorites. Eggs, bacon, dairy. Some of these foods have been praised. Some have been criticized. Some have been completely misunderstood. We'll separate fact from fiction. We'll explore what the latest nutrition science tells us. And we'll talk about how these foods can fit into an overall healthy eating pattern. Because the goal isn't fear. The goal is knowledge. Knowledge gives you choices. Choices become habits. And healthy habits help build a healthier life. Ask yourself this question. When you prepare breakfast tomorrow morning, will you simply follow routine? Or will you make a choice based on understanding how food supports your body? Because every breakfast is an opportunity to nourish your heart, support steady energy, provide nutrients your cells need, and fuel your body for the day ahead. Stay with me, because what we're about to learn about oatmeal may completely change the way you think about one of the world's most popular breakfast foods. Let's begin with the science. So, what actually happens inside your body when you eat breakfast? The answer begins with one incredible system, your metabolism. Think of your body as a high-performance engine. Even while you sleep, your heart never stops beating. Your brain never stops working. Your blood continues carrying oxygen to every organ. Your cells are constantly performing maintenance and repair. That work requires energy. And energy comes from the food you eat. When you take your first bite of breakfast, your digestive system gets to work immediately. Food is broken down into nutrients. Carbohydrates become glucose. Proteins become amino acids. Fats become fatty acids. Those nutrients enter your bloodstream and are delivered throughout your body. Now another important player enters the story. Insulin. Insulin is a hormone made by your pancreas. Its job is to help move glucose from your bloodstream into your cells, where it can be used for energy or stored for later. Without insulin, your cells cannot efficiently use glucose. That's all why maintaining healthy insulin function is so important for overall metabolic health. But here's where breakfast quality matters. Not all breakfasts affect your body in exactly the same way. A breakfast rich in refined sugars and highly processed carbohydrates may cause blood sugar to rise more quickly than a meal that includes fiber, protein, and healthy fats. For many people, combining these nutrients helps promote steadier energy and greater fullness after eating. That's one reason nutrition experts often recommend balanced breakfasts instead of relying on sugary foods alone. Now, let's talk about one of the most debated breakfast foods in the world. #The truth about oatmeal. Oatmeal has been called a super breakfast. Others claim it's overrated. So, who's right? The truth is more interesting. Oats are naturally rich in a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Why is that important? When mixed with water during digestion, beta-glucan forms a gentle, gel-like consistency. This slows digestion and the absorption of carbohydrates. For many people, that can contribute to a steadier rise in blood sugar after a meal compared with many highly refined breakfast cereals. Another benefit? Fiber helps you feel full. That feeling of fullness may reduce the urge to snack between meals. It's one reason oatmeal has become a popular choice for people trying to manage their appetite as part of a healthy lifestyle. But there's more. Your gut is home to trillions of beneficial bacteria. These microbes help digest certain fibers that your body cannot digest on its own. When they ferment fiber, they produce compounds that help support gut health. A healthy gut microbiome has been linked with many aspects of overall wellness. That's fascinating. One simple bowl of oats provides more than just carbohydrates. It delivers fiber that supports digestive health and contributes to a balanced eating pattern. Now here's where many people make a big mistake. They don't actually eat plain oatmeal. They eat oatmeal loaded with sugar, flavored instant packets, brown sugar, chocolate chips, sweet syrups, whipped cream. At that point, the nutritional picture changes. Suddenly, a breakfast that could have been rich in fiber becomes much higher in added sugar. That's why reading nutrition labels matters. If you enjoy oatmeal, consider building it into a balanced meal. Top it with fresh blueberries. Add chopped walnuts or almonds. Sprinkle cinnamon. Include plain yogurt if it fits your diet. Those additions provide protein, healthy fats, or extra fiber, making the meal more satisfying. Notice something important. We're not talking about perfection. We're talking about making small improvements. That's how lasting habits are built. Here's another common question. Should everyone eat oatmeal? Not necessarily. Some people prefer eggs. Some choose yogurt. Some may eat leftovers from dinner. Others may follow eating patterns recommended by their healthcare professional. The healthiest breakfast is one that fits your nutritional needs, preferences, and overall lifestyle while providing a good balance of nutrients. That's the key message. Food isn't about fear, it's about understanding. And when you understand the science, you make better choices naturally. Now, we've uncovered the truth about oatmeal, but what about eggs? For decades, people were told to avoid them. Today, they're making a comeback. So what changed? The answer may surprise you. Let's look at what modern nutrition science says about one of the most popular breakfasts in the world. Now let's talk about one of the most controversial foods ever to appear on a breakfast plate. Eggs. For years, people were told to avoid them. Too much cholesterol. Bad for your heart. Never eat eggs every day. But then, the conversation started to change. Why? Because science kept evolving. And that's one of the most important lessons in nutrition. Good science asks questions. Better science keeps testing the answers. Today, researchers recognize that for most healthy people, eggs can be part of a balanced diet. Individual needs vary, especially for people with certain medical conditions, so personalized advice from a healthcare professional is still important. So, what's inside an egg? More than you might think. One large egg contains high-quality protein. That protein provides all 9 essential amino acids your body needs. Why does that matter? Because your muscles, your skin, your hormones, your enzymes, even many of your cells, depend on protein to grow, maintain, and repair themselves. And that's not all. Eggs also provide important nutrients, including vitamin B12, vitamin D, choline, selenium, and lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that support normal eye health. Think about that. A simple egg delivers a remarkable package of nutrition. Now let's address the question everyone asks. What about cholesterol? Eggs do contain dietary cholesterol, But here's what many people don't realize. For most people, the cholesterol you eat has less influence on blood cholesterol than factors such as your overall eating pattern, saturated fat intake, genetics, body weight, and physical activity. That's why nutrition recommendations have become more focused on the whole diet, not one single food. In other words, don't judge breakfast by one ingredient. Look at the entire plate. An egg served with vegetables, whole grain toast, and fruit creates a very different meal than eggs served alongside heavily processed foods. That's an important distinction. Now let's move to another breakfast favorite, the truth about bacon. Few foods create more debate than bacon. Some people love it. Others avoid it completely. So, what's the science? Bacon is a processed meat. It typically contains protein, but it is also often high in sodium and saturated fat. Many varieties are cured or smoked. Large population studies have found that frequent consumption of processed meats is associated with a higher risk of several chronic diseases. That doesn't mean eating bacon once in a while guarantees poor health. It means that how often and how much you eat matters. Context matters. Pattern matters. Balance matters. If bacon is an occasional part of a varied diet rich in vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and healthy fats, that's different from eating large amounts of processed meat every day. That's why many nutrition experts encourage limiting processed meats and choosing other protein sources more often. Consider some alternatives. Smoked salmon, beans, Greek yogurt, nuts and seeds, or eggs paired with vegetables. These options can provide protein along with additional nutrients and fiber. Here's another point many people overlook. How you prepare breakfast also matters. Instead of frying everything in excess fat, try poaching eggs, boiling them, or making a vegetable omelet with spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, and herbs. Add whole grain toast, fresh fruit. Now you've transformed breakfast into a meal rich in protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Simple changes, meaningful results. Not because one food performs a miracle, but because healthy habits add up over time. And remember what we've learned so far. Oatmeal can be a great source of fiber, especially when it's not loaded with added sugar. Eggs provide high-quality protein and many essential nutrients. Bacon is best enjoyed occasionally rather than as a daily staple because it's Shannington of Vanier and Ditting. And do you notice the pattern? The goal isn't to label foods as good or bad. The goal is to understand how they fit into your overall lifestyle. That's what evidence-based nutrition is all about. And we're not finished yet. There's one more breakfast staple we need to discuss. Dairy. Should you drink milk every morning? Is yogurt a better choice? What about cheese? The answers may surprise you. Let's explore what modern science says about dairy and how to build a breakfast that supports your heart, energy, and long-term vitality. Now we've reached our final breakfast debate. Dairy, nay tough. Asterisk, walk into any grocery store and you'll see endless choices. Whole milk, low-fat milk, skim milk, Greek yogurt, regular yogurt, cottage cheese, plant-based alternatives. No wonder people are confused. So, is dairy healthy or should you avoid it? The honest answer is, it depends. Not everyone responds to dairy the same way. Some people digest it with no problem. Others are lactose intolerant. Some have milk allergies. Others simply prefer plant-based options. That's why nutrition is never one size fits all. Let's start with what dairy can provide. Milk and yogurt are excellent sources of protein. They also contain calcium, vitamin B12, potassium, and when fortified, they may provide vitamin D. These nutrients help support healthy bones, muscles, and many normal body functions. Protein is especially important at breakfast. Why? Because protein helps you stay satisfied. Instead of feeling hungry an hour later, a protein-rich breakfast may help you stay full longer. That's one reason Greek yogurt has become so popular. It contains more protein than many regular yogurts. Pair it with fresh blueberries, a handful of walnuts, and a sprinkle of oats. Now you've created a breakfast that combines protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Simple, balanced, delicious. But here's the asterisk warning. Not all yogurt is created equal. Many flavored yogurts contain surprisingly large amounts of added sugar. Turn the container around. Read the nutrition label. You may be shocked. Sometimes a product marketed as healthy contains as much added sugar as a dessert. That's why plain yogurt is often a better starting point. You control the sweetness. Add fresh fruit. Add cinnamon. Add chopped nuts. Now you're getting natural flavor along with extra nutrition. Here's another question I hear all the time. What about cheese? Cheese can absolutely fit into a healthy eating pattern. It provides protein and calcium. But some cheeses are also high in saturated fat and sodium. Portion size matters. Again, it's about the overall pattern of your diet, not one single food. Now let's put everything together. Hashtag what does a smart breakfast look like? Asterisk, you don't need an expensive meal plan. You don't need exotic ingredients. You need balance. Think of breakfast as a team. Every nutrient has a role. Protein helps support your asterisk muscles and keeps you satisfied. Fiber supports digestion and helps maintain steadier asterisk blood sugar. Healthy fats help with nutrient absorption and provide lasting asterisk energy. Colorful fruits and vegetables supply vitamins, minerals, and natural plant compounds. When these work together, your breakfast becomes more than a meal. It becomes fuel. Here are a few examples. Breakfast idea. Hashtag 1. A bowl of plain oatmeal, fresh blueberries, chopped walnuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, a side of plain Greek yogurt. Simple. Fiber, protein, healthy fats. Breakfast idea. Hashtag 2. A vegetable omelet. Spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, whole grain toast, fresh fruit, color, nutrition, energy. Breakfast idea. Hashtag 3. Plain Greek yogurt. Mixed berries, oats, pumpkin seeds, a drizzle of natural nut butter. Balanced, satisfying, easy to prepare. Breakfast idea. Hashtag 4. Leftover grilled salmon, avocado, leafy greens, whole grain toast. Who says breakfast has to be traditional? Healthy food doesn't know what time it is. If it nourishes your body, it can be breakfast. Now, let's talk about the habits that matter most. Habit. Hashtag 1. Eat mindfully. Slow down. Chew your food. Pay attention to hunger and fullness. Your body communicates with you. Listen. Habit 2. Choose whole foods more often. The fewer highly processed ingredients, the better. Nature provides an incredible variety of nourishing foods. Take advantage of them. Habit. Hashtag 3. Don't fear every carbohydrate. Focus on quality. Whole grains, fruit, beans, vegetables. These foods provide fiber and valuable nutrients. Habit. Hashtag 4. Include protein at breakfast. Protein can help support fullness and muscle health. It also complements fiber-rich foods nicely. Habit. Hashtag 5. Watch hidden sugars. They're often found where you least expect them. Breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, coffee drinks, granola bars. Read labels. Small changes can make a big difference over time. Goals. Habit. Hashtag 6. Remember the bigger picture. Breakfast is important, but it's only one meal. What you eat throughout the entire day matters even more. Healthy habits don't begin and end at 8 a.m. They continue meal after meal, day after day. That's how lasting change happens. Now, we've uncovered the truth about oatmeal. We've explored eggs. We've talked honestly about bacon. We've separated myths from facts about dairy. But before we finish, there's one final message I want every viewer to hear, because this message may completely change the way you think about healthy eating for the rest of your life. Before we end this video, I want you to remember one simple truth. Your health is not built by one breakfast. It is built by your habits. One meal, one choice, one day at a time. Think about everything we've covered today. Oatmeal isn't automatically healthy or unhealthy. It depends on how you prepare it. Eggs aren't something most healthy people need to fear. They're a nutrient-rich source of high-quality protein. Bacon isn't a daily necessity. It's best enjoyed occasionally as part of an overall balanced diet. Dairy can be a nutritious choice for many people, while others may prefer or need alternatives. Do you notice the pattern? There are very few foods that deserve to be called good or bad. What matters most is the pattern of your eating, the choices you make every single day, because every meal sends a message to your body, a message to your heart, a message to your brain, a message to your arteries, a message to your blood sugar, a message to the trillions of cells working around the clock to repair, renew, and keep you functioning. Your body is remarkable. Right now, your heart is beating. Your blood is carrying oxygen to every organ. Your brain is processing every thought. Your muscles are ready to move. Your digestive system is turning food into energy. All of these systems depend on the choices you make over time. Not on one perfect meal, not on one superfood, not on one trend you saw online. Real health comes from consistency. Choose more whole foods. Eat plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables. Include fiber-rich foods. Get enough protein. Stay active. Sleep well. Drink enough water. Manage stress. And don't forget regular checkups with your healthcare provider. These habits work together. That's how you protect your body. That's how you support long-term vitality. Here's something I want you to do tomorrow morning. Before you prepare breakfast, pause. Look at your plate. Ask yourself one question. Am I giving my body the nutrients it needs to thrive today? If the answer is yes, you're already moving in the right direction. And if the answer is no, don't feel discouraged. Make one small improvement. Maybe add a fresh fruit. Maybe choose plain oatmeal instead of a sugary cereal. Maybe include a source of protein. Maybe swap a sugary drink for water or unsweetened tea. Small improvements become daily habits. Daily habits become a healthier lifestyle. And a healthier lifestyle can make a meaningful difference over the years. Remember, you don't need to chase every new diet. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need perfection. You need knowledge. Because when you understand the science behind food, you make better decisions naturally. And those decisions can support your heart, energy, and overall well-being for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based nutrition and health content. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. And most importantly, share this video with someone you care about. One conversation about healthy eating could inspire a lifetime of better habits. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'm Dr. Prajas, William Lee. Take care of your body. Respect the power of food. Stay curious, stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.